What is up, my thrifty friends? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess shop. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are doing a work with me. I am trying so hard to be consistent with these videos, but sometimes the new stuff just isn't happening. If you are new to my channel, I am a Canadian and US reseller on the app Poshmark and eBay. I'm a mom to 2 girls, a wife. I work part-time in a hospital pharmacy, and I love to sell used clothing. It is my jam here on YouTube, and I share everything about my business, helping you grow a side hustle reselling clothing as well. So today's video, we're just going over stuff related to the reseller world. You get work done, I chat your ear off, and yeah, I'm just your fave coworker, just like you guys are my favorite coworkers. All right, let's jump into this. First, we're gonna do a life and business update. Life-wise, I'm flying out to Winnipeg tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. That's crazy. I'm not a 4:30 in the morning girl. And I'm going to be there till Tuesday morning. So good 3 days there, spend time with my mom, my family, and yeah, just excited. Haven't been down since July. What else has been going on? I just feel like life is really busy. Em is in high school. She is doing 2 separate sports. One is a city league sport and one is an in-school sport. So schedules are all over the place. I did work 2 days this week as well, and just trying to squeeze in pockets of my business into life and finding that new balance. I think I had everything, ironed out, smooth, my business running smooth, and then this spring, I decided to scale up my business a bit more, right? So source more, list more, hired a VA, and I'm still working at finding balance because I didn't gain any more hours in the week to work on my business, but I added on probably 15 to 20 more listings a week. And then also, I feel like I've been sourcing substantially. So I have, oh my gosh, I probably have 30 pieces here, plus I have 2 IKEA bags. I don't run, oh my gosh, and I have about 25 pairs of shoes. So I don't run with a death pile. I am always rotating inventory. I don't bring things home and they sit. It's okay, these bags are next. I hang them up, prep them, photograph them. Okay, the next bags, those get hung up, prepped, photographed. And I kind of have this cycle. The problem is that my backup is happening. I feel like we've just been so busy. I haven't been able to put the time into my business. So anyways, yeah, just trying to iron out all the wrinkles right now. But yeah, otherwise it's been good. So I actually dug into some numbers the other night. I was chatting with Wendy. Thanks, Wendy, for all the support you always give. So happy that we have found each other through reselling. And I was yeah, this month actually hasn't been that bad. And I was trying to figure out how many items I had sold and how many items I had listed. And over the month of September, what was my general sell-through rate? So I went into my VA account to find out how much I paid her to list. And I was okay, I listed I listed 147 items as of last night in September. And my sales between Poshmark Canada, US, and eBay, I was at 110 sales for the month, which I was oh, okay, well, that's not too bad, right? And then I was okay, let's calculate the sell-through rate. So you take how many items you have sold divided by how many items you listed and multiply that by 100 and it'll give you a percentage. So I ended up with a 75% sell-through rate. I haven't seen these types of numbers in a really long time. I don't know, early spring, I think April, I had a crazy month in April. So I haven't seen these types of numbers in a long time. And yeah, it kind of got me excited because I haven't been reaching my listing goals, but I was I'm not really the sell-through isn't as high, so it doesn't really matter. And then when I did this math, I was oh, so if I actually reached my listing goals, I would probably reach my sales goals as well. So yeah, that was really good news. Sometimes I think even though we just are oh, things aren't going good, it's good for us to look at our data. It's good for us to do the math, because in doing the math, you actually get confirmed data rather than just being like, I think, right? Also, if I wasn't selling on both Poshmark Canada and US, I don't think I would be in this situation either. Like, it's really, really opened the door for my business selling on both platforms, which I am going to record a video later today about selling in the US and how I make it work. So you guys are going to have a video coming out really soon explaining all of that if you aren't doing it and you're interested, and just kind of the things I have learned along the way. So hopefully that can help you guys as well. Other than that, I feel like business is actually going pretty good. I can't complain. And life has been going really good. Again, still heavily meditating. And it's just done wonders for me. It's learning to quiet the chatter. On that note, let's jump into today's video. There was a store closure that I missed last video, and here's what. I knew that this store was closing, and that was why I went onto Google and tried to find other store closures, because I was like, oh, I'll make like, a bunch. But when I found the article with the other ones, I forgot to add the original one, which was Soft Surroundings. And thank you to everyone that jumped in the comments and was like, what, Tab, you didn't even talk about Soft Surroundings. I know, it was like brain fart, and that was the original topic I was trying to talk about. So Soft Surroundings is closing all 44 stores. I thought they had more stores than that, to be honest. Their rival, Coldwater Creek, is buying up all remaining assets and will continue to sell their products online. That's pretty much all I found. So I don't know how this is going to affect the resale of it. It may increase value a little bit over time because you're not going to be able to find new pieces, and there are people that absolutely love this brand. So it may raise the value a little bit, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. What do you guys think? What are your predictions on Soft Surroundings as a brand and the value in the resale market after these closures? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay, I did receive a question. Have you tried selling on the RealReal or sourcing on the RealReal from Canada? So keep in mind, I live in Canada, and they also asked, like, what are my thoughts? To my knowledge, as a Canadian, I cannot sell on the RealReal, and I actually logged on the other day and tried to see if it would allow me, and it only allows zip code, which makes me think that you have to be a US resident to sell on the RealReal. Now, I didn't try entering my cross-border courier return address, and maybe that would, bypass it, but to me, it doesn't seem like they allow Canadians to send things in. If you have any information on this, let me know if you know something different, but to my best knowledge and my research, it didn't seem like I could. As for shopping or sourcing on the RealReal, I think it's a very viable option. I've heard many sellers say that they do this. I have personally tried to, but often by the time items are marked down to a price point where I feel comfortable spending money on them, they tend to be quite outdated. Like, I feel like the best items just sell so quickly. Now, if you know what time they are like updating their app or what time they're putting the new sale items into the platform, every day, or their markdown times, maybe you would have access to things. I haven't put that research in. I haven't really created as part of my business. But that being said, I did hop on after, and of course, once I did that, I was like, oh, let's just take a look at their sales section. And there was a lot of items that I was like, if I saw this in the thrift for the same price of, we'll say $16 or $20, would I buy it in the thrift? Because I'd be like, oh, I never find this in the thrift. And I think the answer was yes to most of them. I didn't really have a lot of time to build a shopping cart, but there were items that were heavily discounted that if I saw outsourcing, I would probably pick up. So I don't know, maybe it'll become a part of my sourcing. I also didn't check what the shipping cost would be to have items shipped to me, so you have to add that onto it as well. But it was converting everything into Canadian dollars, which was really nice. So do I think you could source on it? Absolutely. And just, I would go for each item or each brand or each style. I was actually like looking up items, and I would click on their photo where it showed it on the mannequin, and then I would take my phone and Google Lens it to try and get a style name and see if I can date it just by Google. And most time I can look at like the haircut or how they styled it and figure out what the age of the item is based on what the model looks like. So I did do that. And like I said, I did find a few items. I think it could be a very good source for you if you are willing to put the research on. Don't go in and just buy everything. There's a lot of outdated stuff on the RealReal. So make sure that you are doing your research when you're doing sourcing there. And I think more important doing that research because you are paying up for these items. It's not like you're going to the bins and finding them. You're going to have a little bit more of investment into these pieces. Thank you for asking this question because you sparked a little bit in my brain as well. Oh, the next thing I wanted to go over, because someone had asked what BOLO means or what it stands for. And I thought, what a great chance for us to go over some common acronyms that are used through Poshmark and resellers. So I grabbed 4 of my most requested acronym meanings, and I also encourage you guys to drop any additional ones down in the comments, share them, because I know people that are new are going to be reading through the comments looking for more and what are the meanings and how do you use them and etc. Right? So you guys can help out too. So the 4 that we're going to go over is BOLO, CCO, OTL, and comps. So BOLO stands for be on the lookout. This is a brand that would sell for a good dollar usually. Lots of resellers will say this brand is a BOLO, meaning this brand can hold really good value, or they'll have their BOLO list, right? And their top brands for jeans, or their BOLO shoe list, right? And these are top brands that they sell and find. And yeah, it just usually means be on the lookout for these because this is a good brand, and make sure that you are checking solds on it. Next is CCO, and this is a Poshmark specific term, and it stands for closet clear out. This is when you drop the price on an item in the app by 10% or more, and Posh will offer discounted shipping to the buyer. The really cool part about this is that Posh covers the discount to the shipping. So Posh will usually have this advertised in the banner, and they'll let you know it's CCO day or closet clear out. I feel like they happen on the same days. Do they not happen on Fridays and Sundays? Why do I didn't type it in because I couldn't confirm it. And I even tried to do a quick Google search, but I'm pretty sure typically it's Fridays and Sundays that they run closet clear out. This is a good chance that if you are trying to buy something, to message a buyer and say, hey, if you want to drop the price on this, I get discounted shipping. That would be awesome. I'll buy it. Or I know what a lot of resellers will do is they will send out messages to likes from the week and let them know, hey, today's closet clear out. I can offer it at this price and you would get discounted shipping. So there's different ways you can make this work for you. I personally no longer participate in closet clear out. It's just not how I see majority of my sales through my sales data. I see majority of my sales from an offer to a like, which is the next one we're going to do. It's called OTL, and this is just offer to likers. This is an in-app feature. You can send out an offer to all likers on an item. By sending out an offer of 10% or more, it will notify all likers. So you can click on, say I have this sweater listed, I can click on my Lulu perfectly oversized crew neck, and then I would send out offer and say I want to do 20% offer. So anyone that liked that item that hasn't received an offer for that will receive a notification. And the cool thing about this is that if you have a bunch of likers, it also lets them know that this was sent out to 8 other Poshers as well. That is my favorite way to utilize some of the Posh features. Yeah, and that's OTL. And then the last one we're going to cover is comps. Everyone's like, what the heck is comps? Check comps. What is with comps? Comps mean comparable sold listings. That's what we mean when we're saying that. This is other items that have sold that are similar, right? And you want to see if I'm going to list this Lululemon perfectly oversized crew, what have other people sold this exact sweater in this color, in this size for, right? And that gives you kind of an idea of what to expect and how to list your item. I think comp searching is a little bit, I don't know, it's not as accurate on Poshmark because Posh doesn't tell you if the item was sold in a bundle. Like, say I sold this sweater in a bundle, it's going to show my full list price, even though in the bundle, maybe I gave them a 50% offer. You would never know that if you were searching. It would just show what the item was listed at when it's sold in the bundle. And then the other thing that makes it a little bit harder on Posh is that they don't tell you when the item's sold. Like, they don't say March 2022, March 2017. You have no idea when an item sold. The only way that I kind of will age it is by looking at when the item was last active. But if someone shares their closet and uses the Posh, like the Posh tool to do it, a lot of times they will share everything in their closet and it doesn't matter if it's sold or not. So that also can be inaccurate. I know I'm just adding a whole lot of extra information into here, but basically when someone says they're doing comp searching, they're just looking up other items that are the exact same brand, style, color, size, and what they sold for. And you can search as specific as you want or as broad as you want. But I think for the best results, you should be as specific to the item that you have. Yeah, so I hope that helps out. If you guys have anything you want to add to this list, please share down below. This list is exhaustive. Like, the amount of acronyms that we use, I could put more, but these were the ones that I receive questions on the most. But I would love to hear some of the ones that you guys commonly use in your business. Okay, next up, I have like two little blurps, and I don't know, I can't even remember what triggered this for me, but I think someone was maybe on Instagram was like complaining about their items, and they were like, I don't even love what I'm selling. And this thought came to my head, and I was like, I need to say this out loud. It is time to start loving what you sell. If you don't love what you pick up and what you're finding, why would anyone else? Like, if you look at something, you're like, meh, why would someone else want to buy that item? And I think this is especially important when you are paying up for items, when you're trying to increase your ASP, you know, just what sets your items apart from everyone else. And I think there is a little bit of magic that happens in a reselling business when you love what you are selling. Like, you guys can tell when I'm listing, you know, knits and chunky knits and cowichan sweaters because I love them. And I think it comes across, like, my photos look really good. I don't even know how to relate it. I feel like you guys know what I'm saying. But if you look at your closet and you're like, meh, or yeah, I don't know, other people are probably doing the same thing. You should look at your closet and be like, man, I got so many fabulous items. And if you don't feel that way, you need to change how you're sourcing, okay? You need to start finding things that you enjoy and know that niche, and then you'll be able to attract the right buyers in as well. So that was, I don't know, it was just like a blurb that came in my brain, and I was like, I need to add this to today's video. And then to wrap it up, it's going to be a bit of a shorter one. I have a little bit of a story, and then I'm going to ask for your guys's input. So I saw a Instagram post recently that hit me pretty hard, and it went like this. So the quickest way to ruin your success is to compare it to others. And it hit me so hard, like so hard. Something you guys have heard me talking about recently is limiting my time on my phone, turning off notifications on my phone. Like, I don't get notifications. I am like this close to deleting Snapchat. I don't even look at it, so I should just delete it. Like, there's no reason for me to have it on my phone. And I've like really limited down the social media platforms that I'm active on, just because I don't have time to be on like 5 different platforms. Like, I don't know who has time for that. Not me. Definitely not me. I like had to share this story because I feel like for someone who is like literally paid for content creation and is considered an influencer, which, let's just set the record here, I do not see myself as a social influencer, and I would love to hear if there's another term for that job title, because that's not the job title I want to call myself, but I don't know what else to refer myself as. If you know anything, please drop in the comments, let me know what other job title I can use. But here is the example, and this is what happened to me recently, and I think other people may be able to relate to this in other areas of their life, whether it's business or personal. So personally, business related, I guess for me, was I had hit 10,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, which is like so awesome. I never even fully acknowledged it on the channel, which my apologies, guys. You kind of know I've just been really struggling lately, and I feel like this milestone was kind of robbed. Like, it's freaking amazing to hit that, and I am so grateful and so thankful for all of you guys that show up, that hang out with me every video, drop in the comments, message me on Instagram. You guys know I am the most accessible person because I truly feel like we are just a community. Like, we are all the same, we are all growing, we are all hustling, we're all trying to like make some money here reselling. And yeah, I just feel like it was kind of robbed from me. And in comparison, I was comparing where I was at to other people on YouTube and was like, yeah, I hit 10,000, but this person's at 15 or this one's at 20. And it was like, it just wasn't enough. And even though it's such a huge thing, I was comparing and I was like, oh, well, this isn't as big of a milestone. You know what I mean? I really downplayed it to myself. And I think this was something that happened over summer. Like, YouTube was a big part of how I was feeling this summer when I just wasn't feeling myself. And I found myself relating like my success to how my videos performed or how quickly my channel grew. And I didn't like how it made me feel because that's not why I show up here. And it was like I needed to kind of just take a break from everything and like reset. And one of the big things that I've done coming back is I actually don't watch a lot of other reseller content because I don't like the comparing. I never want to feel like I'm copying someone's idea. Everything I try and cover is my own thoughts and ideas. So yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to share this. Moral of the story, don't compare your success to others because you are on your own journey. And now I have like this blurb I wanted to say. Enjoy where you are at. Celebrate how far you have come. And every single one of us is on our own unique journey and at different points in the road trip. Where you are right now and trying to compare to someone else, like you may be in the first quarter of your road trip, right? Getting to your destination, and other people have been doing it much longer, have more hours in. And that was one of the things that I think I realized with YouTube was that I was like comparing myself to maybe people that put a lot more time into YouTube or had been on YouTube much longer. And we were just all at different points. And yeah, anyways, I needed to be happy with where I was at. And what I want to say to you is that we all need to find the joy in exactly where we are this moment. Like how we got here, all the trials, all the obstacles that were in our way, we are exactly where we're supposed to be. And if you find that you are struggling or that you're always seeing the same obstacle, it is time to make little changes, to push through, but to also reflect that you are not where you were 2 years ago, right? We're all at special points, and I think we've all had little growth. So anyways, I just felt like there's so many people out there right now that have their own milestones, small or big, but maybe have compared themselves to other people and felt that they weren't big or important, and they are. And I think we need to celebrate them some more. So what I am asking from you guys is, can you drop down below, what is a milestone that you have had recently in your reselling business, big or small? Maybe it's like a certain amount of listings, maybe it's sourcing, maybe it's like tackling a project in your business. I want to hear, let's celebrate together, right? Let's just celebrate this all together. So my milestone that I hit this week is listing consistently. So 50 listings a week. This week I hit it. I have not hit that since summer when I was like going through my death pile, and it felt so good. And even though it wasn't a huge milestone in my business and not where my original goal was, like I was originally shooting for like 60 to 80 new listings a week, which I'm like, I just can't squeeze that in right now. I'm happy with it and I'm okay. And I think we're going to have to do a video where we celebrate 10,000. That will be coming up as well. But for today, drop down below, share one of your wins. I want to cheer you on. And I hope you guys all just have a wonderful weekend, and wishing you all the best in October, like wishing us all the best in October. Okay. On that note, I'm going to head out of here. I don't have a lot of topics today, but it just felt good to chat with you guys and put some of these things out into the YouTube world. Okay, as usual, I am wishing you guys all many sales, so many sales, and I will see you next time. Bye!